Kenneth here. It is October 2nd, 2020, whatever you want to be. I don't care. I'm got better things to do. All right, I'm set here. It is continue to try to do this Inktober, which is something to say considering it's only the second day. Two, two, two. Actually, that's bad. Two, 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 two. Okay. Well, first we have a kitty issue, and then we have well, it's also Cattober, beside it being Inktober. And with my penchant for kitties, I figure I might combine those. There's also an element of monster in there that a friend of mine has proposed. Inktober has a bunch of those prompt things. I don't tend to care for those, and also I like things being more spur of the moment. So let's take a quick look at Facebook, which I'm doing at this moment, and see what I could. Here's Dickie Joe Mullen, my old friend Dickie Joe Mullen, who does her horoscope, a stargazer. Every day she posts a horoscope, tells you what the stars are saying. Oh, of course, this time of year is very big to her, and apparently she's posting here a quote. Here is a verse to embrace the eternal magic and beauty of October and autumn by an 18th century poet. So, does she say who the poet's? Thomas Constable. I have some Thomas Constable here. He died in 1786. So these days, he ain't feeling so good. At least I think so. I'm no doctor. I may be wrong. But I'm feeling, yeah, I probably can't invite him to dinner or anything. Might be unusual going to the local Dairy Queen with Thomas Constable. All right, let's see. We have so what she's writing about the eternal magic and beauty of October. Don't know how it being eternal magic, but or maybe internal magic, or infernal magic, or incoming magic, or income magic. Magic, poof, money everywhere. All right, let's see about kitties and maybe magic. How about that? Let's do so. I'll try to keep an eye out. I know I'm doing this at the last minute. I'm not posting. I'm not posting doing these. Is the thing of it. Okay, let me see where I am here. Something with kitties. I was years ago. I asked the eternal question, infernal question, incoming income question about there not being a dog version. I don't know why. Let's see what I might do here. I don't know. I don't know at all. If you have any thoughts and you happen to be, even if you come here after this happens, feel free to post those. Now, some people do think kitties are, like black cats and all are involved, somehow have magical qualities. What am I doing? I wonder what's going to happen here. I don't know. I was making this up as I go. I need to share some book stuff I've picked up too, and I'm not sure. Maybe I'll wait. I'm not sure what's going to happen exactly this weekend. Maybe the kitty is. I wasn't going to put the kitty in clothes, but I'm changing my mind. I mean, not that I planned this. I mean, like a minute ago, I wasn't going to put the kitty in clothes. 30 seconds ago, how plans have changed. The big problem with me is I'm a real serious planner about stuff. I've got to put things in and know it's coming. And I was doing a convention last week, and planning was kind of an afterthought. Made me crazy, only because I've been doing events I'm in my 47th year. It's a long time. You kind of get, you know how things should be done, and when they don't, you know you're in trouble. It always happens. And also what's happened in doing events is that I get blamed because, well, why aren't you more flexible? What am I supposed to do? You can't decide when things are happening, and then because I'm set for things to happen. I did the best I could under the situation. I'm considering the Inktober I did yesterday to color digitally. I'm finding the coloring I'm doing with watercolor for some of my little pictures aren't working when I scan them in for other things. I should be watching, see if anybody's here. Thank you for being here. If you get a chance to click the thumbs up if you want to, go right ahead. Of course, you want to click the thumbs down. I'm not here at all. I'm a figment of your imagination. You never saw me before in your life. No, I'm interested in feedback. If you think this is working, not working. Of course, I am doing this off the top of my head here. Not just the drawing, but just posting. I was going to do, yesterday I was going to do it earlier. I was caught up in this madness involving some storage rooms I have. And incompetence involving such. I don't know, I think this key's mouth should be open. Now, I'm not into the fantasy stuff. It's fun to draw, but I read a lot, and I can't read anything fantasy. It makes me crazy. Kind of like not planning things well. Mm-hmm. I also worked in the field of municipal planning, so I had that drilled in me also. Got to think about where you're going, or else you're going to end up someplace else. I promise you. Because you may end up with you may plan the heck out of things, end up someplace else anyway. I want to add something more to this, like a scarf. I think that's maybe a scarf. I don't know why. It just seems like a thing to do. Maybe the scarf's fly. Scarf is flying away. The eternal magic of October. I wonder what that means. I have a great deal of respect for Dickie Joe. Don't always know what she's talking about. Big old belt buckle with a happy, smiley face. I don't know why. See, the funny thing about magic and fantasy, you do anything you want because it's all nonsense. Funny how seriously people take the magic stuff. It ain't nothing, guys. And what am I going to do now that I've done that? I need some time. Oh, you know what I could do? Hold on. I was just running a program. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this right here. Well, maybe I'll do something else with that in a moment. Let's see. Let me go. Let me see what else is on Facebook. Hold on. Let me refresh here. Let me make things difficult because that's how I like it. It's funny when you're such a planner and you try to make things difficult. It makes it more fun. Earl Music in honor of 75th anniversary of Peanuts. Uh, uh, since a lot of us with Earl, myself, were in the National Cartoon Society, we got to spend a lot of time with Charles Schulz at one time or other. Some of us spent more time than others. I was a big fan of his, but there were others that I just found had a lot more love of him, and I didn't bother him as much as others would actually go and bother him. I guess I'm not a big starstruck person. After I met a ton of celebrities in the '80s, and I just don't. If others want that experience, I want to get out of their way so they can't. What am I going to do here with, let's see, Peanuts and then Etta Mack, Joanne Fenstermacher's posting about solar panels are off the roof and in the garage. Good place. Tomorrow they start with our new roof. You know, waste of time. Solar is a waste of time. Also learned that in the 1980s. Let's see, what can I do with all that? Well, hold it. Maybe it's solar powered. Okay, I got it. I got it. Oh, wow, how am I going to do this? I think I can do this. Hold on, I'm not watching the screen. I apologize. People get upset. They post something. See, I won't draw the people's characters. I just don't think that's right. I respect, even though copyright doesn't really exist anymore. Don't believe me? Go to Etsy. Go to Temu. Just swiping things right and left. All right, let's see if I can. So what the Peanuts comic strip is all about, if you don't know, October 2nd, today, marks 75 years since that strip first appeared. And there was no Snoopy originally. That came later. First strip had Charlie Brown, and it's Shermie and a girl. Obviously, they're all young. No, I had this old lady named Sharky Schwartz, and Sharky Schwartz was gonna fight with Charlie Brown's. No, it was Shermie and Patty. Or no, Violet. I'm sorry, Violet. No. Her name was Patty, and later there was a Peppermint Patty. I think I have that right. But it was Shermie, who both characters kind of went to the background and almost disappeared. But today marks 75 years. That's not to say I didn't ever speak. I did hang out with Charles Schulz, and we spoke a number of times. But I let others spend more time if they want to. I'll just sometimes I could talk about all the celebrities. God, I met a lot of celebrities in the '80s, and hard for me to get really starstruck these days. You know, how do I think storytelling, so how do I do this? Now, digitally, this would be a lot easier to do. I don't know if this works. Let me know if it works. I don't know. I don't think. I maybe it doesn't. This would be better. Speaking about doing panel. Well, Peanuts is a paneled strip. One, two, three, four. You know, it's surprising how many people don't know what Peanuts is anymore. They only know it from TV and movies. Even though the strip still, the deal Charles Schultz had about Peanuts when he died in February 2001, when he died, the strip stopped. And so it did. However, his wife, Jeannie, put a lady named friend, National Cartoon Society, Paige Braddock, in charge of all of it. And it has continued. And there have been comic book. I mean, you go in the store, you'll see Peanuts everywhere. That's Jeannie Schultz continuing Peanuts. But the strip, no longer. So all the strips you see today are all old strips. Remade, and reprinted, and reprinted, and reprinted. There are no new ones. Oh, here, I could use this brush. Came across. I'm going to try out some pens here. If you'd like to see me draw something, let me know. Make sure I get this. There we go. Boldness. Am I still on the screen? Sorry. This is a, whatever it is. It's a cartridge brush pen. I have a bunch of these. But a lot of them are missing right now. They're one of my storage rooms. Someone got real mad. They posted something in the comment area, and then I didn't see it. They got mad. Trying to pay attention to the comment area. Just in case. Thank anyone who comes by. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for being a part of this. My intent is during Inktober to try to do a live here every day. But I do plan on being on the road Sunday. I might not do it until late. I don't know. I usually do one at 7 o'clock here, but I'm not sure. Oh, that works nice, doesn't it? That works real nice. Dry brush. Hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Meow, meow, meow. Turning, well, I think there should be some background here. What do you think? Maybe there's some kitty minions back here of some sort. I mean, I always want to make sure you're telling your stories of things you keep moving. I should have that arm a little more lower. I think I'll do that here. The other arm's lower. So this satisfies Cattober and Inktober. Now, actually, why would a magic kitty need minions? I don't know. I think of that too late, don't I? Oh, who cares? It's fantasy. Do whatever you want. Real light pen. Now here, if I want it, so I need that to go a little higher. Oh, I want a real thin pen. Then anybody writing? Nobody writing. I don't blame me. I wouldn't write nothing either. I'd write something like, "What the heck do you think you're doing, Jack?" This is actually a true story that's based upon the old Arthur legend, the old peanuts to peanut butter trick. How do you think King Arthur ate around the round table? He got his peanut butter. Yeah, I don't know if that. Seems like it needs a design on it or something. Something silly. Something stupid, as the song goes. Well, somebody should put it upon themselves to have. If there's a cat over there should be a dog, something. A dog December, dog December. Of course, then there should be like, something along the lines of a raccoon airy or something, or like April with apes. I think so. I think John Sanford may have done that. It's about April. He's an animator, cartoonist. He's just something with monkeys. One time, I think Sanford's behind a lot of the Inktober. I think Sanford's how I first learned about Inktober. Years ago. How's that looking? Now, I love architecture, so I start thinking about, there could be a big wooden door here. Ding. I hear bells. If you're not hearing bells, someone should probably call the men with the white coats for me. The bells are ringing. Hold on. See? Notice how I keep the flow here. I'm going to put that around that way there. See? Now I got it more. Oh, I can give them hats. That's right. Like party hats. But happy birthday on her. Happy birthday, anyone who's... my elementary school art teacher's birthday is today. She is the reason I am drawing. For whatever. Well, not that means anything. But no, she's the one who got me drawing. And it's continued to be, today, still a inspiration. Very good teacher. She had me doing animation when I was 7 years old in elementary school. Better than the Kubert, better than Joe Kubert teaching. How about that? I'll make sure I indicate there's more building here somehow. Anybody? I'm not looking up enough to see if anyone's typing anything. I'm sorry. All right. So the only thing I don't have here is an indication of this having. Now check the blog part of this YouTube, and please, Artistic Whimsy at Facebook. Artistic Whimsy, Rob Smith Jr. Please go over there. I only started the page, I guess now 3 months ago. It replaces a page that was hacked away a little over a year and a half ago. All right, how's that? Let me check it. Best thing about doing this here is that I can then look over breaking news, police reveal. Okay, but I can look up onto the screen and see what it looks like. Especially, I've just moved all the screens around. The screen's now far, far away. Okay, wow, that really does stand out. One thing I might like to do here is I'm not sure if it's coming out. Maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe I should do something similar here to make that look more like this is important. Yes, I admit that's that Jack Kirby stuff right there. Get more of that brush feel. If you think I mean, I wouldn't mind doing some how to here. If anyone would like me to do that, let me know. Teaching is kind of a family thing the last few hundred years, and I tend to lean more toward that. And I've taught lots and lots and lots. Lots and lots and lots. Tie that in a little better. There we go. Well, I don't know if that actually works or not. I guess in a sense, there's something about this not looking like it's in the foreground that bothers me. And maybe I'm just wrong. But look for this over in the little bit more here. So I'll do one tomorrow. I'd like to do them early if I could. Usually when I did Inktober, it was one of the last things I did during the day. I have not actually been able to participate in Inktober in 2 years. Actually, this is 3 years. Couldn't do it last year, really, and because of my Facebook pages were all wiped out for one thing. And I hadn't really started this YouTube thing. It was here, but I hadn't really been using it. And I really wasn't set up well to do. I mean, I was, but anyway, and the year before, I really couldn't do it. I want to make sure there's some little sense of ground here all over this thing, actually. But if I can, I want to try to do some lives on the road. I may try to do that Sunday, but I'm not sure. Really need help to do that sort of thing. All right, I think that's good enough. Probably overdid it. Peanuts. Oh, I need to sign them. Thank anyone who's watching. Again, if you want to do the thumbs up, appreciate it. That would be something I need. I'm eventually going to turn this, I think, it's pretty sure, to Rob Smith Jr. Swampy's Florida. It's going to carry both monikers. What this has to do with Florida, I don't know. We grow peanuts. We grow a lot of peanuts in Florida. It would used to be the major production at one time in the late 1800s was peanuts. And you can still get Florida peanuts. They're mostly all done in North Florida, a north part, in the Panhandle. And you can get Florida peanuts anywhere. Florida peanut butter, Florida peanut this and that, and everything else. There's some peanut farms not far from where I am right now. They're just not. Our state is focused so much on real estate, selling land to build houses, that a lot of the farmland is going by the wayside. The other thing happening is the state's buying a lot of farmland to try to protect it, but I don't like that because that means the state's now determining farms, and that doesn't usually go well, and I'm not happy about that. I just saw another announcement today of another 200,000, and it's just things I fought originally for, and then I started rethinking it a bit, and I don't like the idea. Because just as the state can keep the farm, they can also turn it into a Walmart. You're losing control, and that ain't good. It's important we are able to feed ourselves. That's what's most important. You know, I was trying to keep it so this, but I think that's confusing. So I'll eliminate that. Yeah, I'm thinking more so I can get, because this kitty just doesn't stand out enough for me. My new Swampy book. Well, you can go to Redbubble, find a bunch of Swampy's, Florida. Yeah, no, I don't care for that either. Yes, you can overwork a project. I've been known to do it. I don't, but I sure like how that's now popping out, which it was not doing before. Notice how that's popping out now. You can really see that kitty. Cut that fur back so it's look more like the clothing underneath. You can tell that's more of a comes up here. See how that does. This pen is running out of ink, so I'm getting a little bit of a dry brush. I don't want to use any colors because this is supposed to be Inktober, though it doesn't say what color ink. Now during May, start by Tom Bancroft. That one I'll add color to and have, because not about necessarily inking. And what's typically happened after Inktober is I'll go into December doing Christmas drawings. I'm sorry, November, doing Christmas and Thanksgiving. And I'm sure I'll do some Halloween. Well, this is kind of Halloween here, ain't it? Yeah, see how that kitty now pops out? Pops out a lot better. Yeah, it's more important to see that black so that stands out more. I'm a huge fan of Alex Toth, and you can hardly see it with with how I do things, contrast and all. Thank you all for being here. Not saying that enough, probably. I thank everybody who's been subscribing. Wow, I keep adding folks. Not that I love to add more faster, but that's good. I think as I do these more daily, especially if I would do them at night where everybody tends to be around, that would be a good idea. But see how that works? Get that contrast. Oh, sounds good. Oh, I was going to do a drawing of Paul Kermack. It's actually I tried to incorporate him in this, and I didn't. Yeah, see now that kitty looks so much more. I do plan on working on my Christmas print here soon too. And I pulled out the paper. Last year, last year was a mess. I did all these Christmas prints. I printed a ton of them. I hardly got them out anywhere. So you see how that's, yeah, see, I'm looking up there. Yeah, still, you almost say, why not just, I don't want to make this too dark though, because I want you to still see that. I mean, that does take a lot away from this. And what do you think? Let me know. I'm interested. Did I overwork it? I think my friend Melissa would say I did. All right. I'm going to stop. Quit. Thank you very much for being here. Oh, I was going to draw Paul. Hold on. actually stopped this. I was running a British series known as Public Eye. So this is my. I put 10-1 on there. Whoa. I'll forget and think it was 10-1, 10-2. Paul Kermack was a great character actor. He actually died doing a series that was called Take the High Road. You can find Take the High Road on Facebook. They have all the episodes, which are 1,200 or so. It was a soap opera, but in the core of the 80s, just about. This is another series I love called The Bill that was in the UK. Great series in the 80s, early 90s, and then it all went to hell. By the mid 90s, it went on till what, 24 years, 25 years. But after 1995, 6, it just all goes bad. Same happened to Take the High Road. All these media people got in their heads, we got to go darker, we got to make everything not as happy, we want to put all these young people in there, and all the series went. And of all things, it's a Scottish, I just said soap opera. Uh, all went. But I love this series because the characters were just. There's a lady named Mary Mack, Mrs. Mack, brilliantly played by a lady. She died 3 years ago, I think now, that last May, 2 years ago. Guthrie was her name, something Guthrie. And Paul Kermack actually died doing this series. I think I tried drawing him during one of the live things about 3 years ago. But he popped up on this public. He's just got a fun. His character in Take the High Road with Archie Menzies. And he was just great because he played off of other characters. He was supposed to be a caretaker to a castle or an estate, if you will, in Scotland. And he was actually a bit of a loaf, but it was wonderful how he was written, and especially how Kermack played the character. But he died on set. Heart attack. Yeah, you won't even know who this is. I'm drawing but somebody you won't know unless you see the series. You won't know who he is. And actually, I like to draw him as he was in. This Public Eye is from 1975. He started with Take the High Road, I think, in 84, 83, 84. Went on until he died in 1990. So he's 50. What was he, even 60? Yeah, it's a lot. It's interesting how many actresses drop dead by 60. I should have a picture of. I have a screen thing here. It stopped because I need to start this, and he happens to be in this episode. And I'm drawing considerably younger than he is. I'm drawing him older than I'm seeing up here. But I remember kind of what he looked like. Great character actor. He didn't seem to do a whole bunch. Well, when he started doing Take the High Road, he did hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes. And that takes you kind of out of the running of being able to do anything else. He wore a kind of that's right, wore kind of a cottony coat. I haven't seen the series in a while. I guess some people think that because the series numbers dropped when they changed characters and got rid of older ones and got in younger ones, that people just thought, oh well, they're just being old fuddy-duddies. No, I'm many decades out from all this, and looking back, and no, it was great at the time, and the writing was solid, and the characters were solid, and then they put in these flibby flabby kitty ones, and suddenly the direction of the whole series didn't make a lot of sense to me. And it was just poor, not as well written. There was also the vicar, who was, gosh, I forget his name, John somebody. He was terrific. He was cut loose for a younger guy, but he was kind of the sensible one of this. Sorry, his jacket was something like this. Anyway, it was a little bit like Billy Graham now that I think about it. All right. Well, enough of all this. I don't know about you, but I've had it with everything and everybody. All right, I may be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll put a date on this just in case I wonder when I did this. Uh, Come back tomorrow to Inktober to 10,000. 2025. If you'd like to toss something my way out of the clear blue sky, a thing, a person, a place, whatever, let me see about me including it with something else. And I love to challenge my brain. That's what this is all about. Challenging my brain, see what I can draw. I don't care about the drawing part. I happen to draw, but I like to make things up, get myself improv because I'm very good at planning, but it's for drawing purposes. It's real good to come off the cuff and see what you do, which is what I've done, specifically doing caricature since 1979, and I try to keep it up by doing things like this. So I'm ready for things like I did last week. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all down the road. Rob Smith here. Time is now 4:30, 30 minutes after 4 o'clock. If you're in the UK, it's 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m., in fact. Thank you very much. Take care. Good night. Good night. Good night.